So around the time my brother was launching this family office concept, I was actually coming out of a decade of ministry. I'd been in pastoral ministry, I'd gone to seminary, and I had deep questions about what was my purpose, what was all of that about? And it was at that point I sat down with one of the elders of Grace Church and I just confessed my disenchantment at my role and what God was doing with my life. And I was told at that moment, it was perfectly stated, man, what a blessing that God had given me all of those experiences, all that learning, and what an opportunity to take that into the corporate world and see my new context as my ministry, my place for impact. And that was really just a galvanizing moment for me, a turning point where I went from being down and out to just feeling energized to engage and to see what I was doing as a place where God could use me and my gifts. My name's Andrew Simmons, and I work with Hardeman Company, and that's our family office. What that is, our family looks to invest in, acquire, and manage small businesses. It's similar to a mergers and acquisitions or private equity, but mainly with my family. We're in a place where we get to work with small business owners, owner-founders that are looking to exit their business. We get to engage with them, hopefully help them transition out of that business, and then steward that company they have built into the next 30 or 40 years. God made man in His image, and God is a creator. And he made man to have dominion, to rule, to multiply, to subdue the earth. And you see so much of that image in the small business owner, the owner-founder. We get to, I think, really reflect, be the image bearers of God He's called us to be, to build and grow things that are benefit to others. There's all sorts of outside pressure just to look at the next business as a trading card we can flip versus an entity built by people that are made in the image of God that need to be cared for as such. Then, a great small business is built on great people. It's just relationships. But unfortunately, businesses can crumble underneath the weight of people making bad decisions, doing bad things. And I'm in a place where I'm blessed with getting to manage a lot of those relationships. And so as I see people performing, maybe living not as up to the call that God has given them to not just live for the next paycheck or the next buck, but to live for something greater, to impact those around them. And I think the great hope is that I'm not ultimately the manager of this business. It's not ultimately up to me to steward this business into the next generation. God is. And Jesus is the great Lord and King, who's Lord even of my businesses and my deals and my opportunities. And so I can trust Him. And even as things succeed or fail, as I do my best to honor Him, He is with me, no matter what. And I have already won. Everything is mine. The inheritance, the new heavens, the new earth is mine. And so I don't need to rest my value, my dignity, my desire on my success of each individual business that we look to transact. I can rest it upon Him and Him alone. And therefore, I'm free to treat people with dignity and value. I'm free to not just treat a business as a buck or a dollar, but to treat it as something God's given me on His behalf to steward into the next generation. So if you could pray for people that they would live with humility, knowing that God is the ultimate Lord of their business, not them. And that we would have a heart of love for those that have been, I think, put in our care as we get to manage a lot of the capital that's being deployed for the businesses that we transact.